Hello, hello. Say hello in the comments if you're here. I'm Amy Starr Allen, and I'm here tonight with none other than the one and only Mike Hobbs, the what do they call you? The Titan of Tech. And
Titan of Tech. That's
he has
funny.
all these nicknames. But
Well, Paul calls me either President of Prosperity or Titan of Tech, and I don't know. I don't know if I like that Titan of Tech name, but thanks for.
yeah. Anyway, Mike Hobbs is we're really fortunate to have him with us tonight on the Power Hour. We're going to be talking about video marketing, which is my favorite topic, and I think it's Mike's favorite topic too. So I'm really excited about this training tonight. Mike's a seven-figure earner in the industry that has built multiple businesses, succeeded in multiple home-based businesses, primarily using video marketing. And he's if you watched any of my stuff that I put out today, I was talking about one of the things I love about Mike is his, besides the fact that he's just a completely brilliant, and you should definitely listen to everything he says, because he teaches from experience. Like he doesn't teach based on theory. He teaches the stuff that he actually uses himself that works, and he's very successful and with all of these strategies that he does. But the other thing that I love about Mike's teaching style is that he's one of my favorite people to learn from, because he's just such an amazing teacher. He breaks things down in a way that's just really easy to understand, and he just, unlike me, he doesn't talk a mile a minute, and he's just a really, really good teacher, and he really knows his stuff. So I'm really, really excited for this training tonight. He's going to be sharing 10 video marketing tips that you can use right now to generate more leads in your business. And I guess, according to Google, YouTube reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds in an average week than all cable TV networks combined, which I'm actually not surprised about now, especially since you can put YouTube on your smart TV. My friend wanted me to watch a YouTube video today about COVID from some scientists, and I was like, well, send it to me and I'll click on it, because then when I turn my TV on, it'll be right there and I can watch it on my TV, because it's like an hour and a half long. So I want to watch it on my TV. So I don't watch TV, but I watch YouTube on my TV. And so that totally makes sense. And what was it, Mike? 84% of people say they've been convinced to buy a product or a service by watching a brand's video, which totally makes sense, because video is such a good way to connect on a deeper level and gain trust. So anyway, because the video marketing is so unbelievably effective, it just really makes sense to use it, if you're marketing anything online, and it can really help you sell products and connect with your audience. So we brought the pro on here with us tonight to share some tips, and it's going to be an awesome night. How are you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you all for showing up today. This is great. Yeah, so just like she said, video marketing is my favorite topic, which is really weird, by the way. I just want to throw this little disclaimer out there. It's weird for me to say that video marketing is my favorite topic, because growing up in high school and as a kid, I went through a lot of things as a kid. Like, I got made fun of because we didn't have a lot of money, go to school with like raggedy clothes and things like that. So it really made me shy, introverted type of person. I didn't like to talk to people, right? I just kind of stayed in my own little bubble. And so that's how I grew up for most of my life. In fact, I literally was 19 years old before I even had my first kiss, right? So like there's people, dating through high school, and I went to zero dances during high school. Zero, right? I didn't ask anybody out. I was just on my own little thing. So when I got into, video marketing, people were like, you would think that I wouldn't be the guy that does video marketing, right? Because it's just like I didn't want it. And I wasn't. By the way, I want to throw this little thing out there. I wasn't good at video in the very beginning.
Nobody
Okay.
is.
Yeah. it's funny because like my wife can attest to this too. I remember I joined a company on the internet, and I was always told, hey, you should be doing videos, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And I was like, I don't want to do videos. Like, I talked really slow at the time. I talk slow now. You should have seen my first videos, right? It was almost like a snail. Like, I don't know. I actually cringe when I watch my first videos because I was super, like I said, I was introverted, I was shy. And I remember I watched one of these videos. I joined this fitness program on the internet. And I think even Amy was a part of this fitness program back in the day. They did at-home workouts. And what I did is I went to do my first video for that program, and my wife was holding the camera because we didn't have a tripod. We didn't have anything. And she was holding the camera, and I did the first take, and I was like, oh, no, redo it. Right. And then like she did this, I did the second take and then the third take, and I just kept on cutting it. And I was like, no, let's cut it. Let's cut it. And she got like super frustrated, and like, cause she was holding the camera this whole time. She's like, hey, you got one more, right? One more thing. And literally we would be out there for hours shooting one video that was like 5 minutes long. Right. Because I don't know what it was about me. I don't know if anyone else is this way, but I don't like to edit the video. So, or at least I do a little bit better now with that, but I wanted to get it done in one take. Like that was I just wanted it done in one take. So I would literally spend hours upon hours upon hours shooting these videos. We eventually bought a tripod because my wife got sick of holding the video camera. But the cool thing about that, and that is actually kind of a bonus tip I can throw out there, because I wanted to do it all in one take, guess what that did? It got me better at doing videos, right? Because I just kept on messing up and messing up and messing up and messing up and messing up. And it actually I got better at it, as I would do it over and over and over and over. So, I mean, you can consider that I think I'm actually going to talk about that. One of those, I kind of skipped ahead, but just kind of telling my story here. But that's how I got better at videos. And that's when I started like realizing that video was the thing. But here's why I got into video in the first place. So I was doing lots of different lead generation strategies when I first got online. Like my first thing that they told me to do was banner ads, right? They're like, hey, you need to do banner ads. You need to get, you just need to go buy these ads and place them on these websites and then get traffic. So I'm like, all right, cool. So the lesson was go to a website that gets a lot of traffic. So what did I think of? A torrent site. So, which was kind of hilarious. I'm like, torrent sites get lots of websites because people like to download things for free, right? So I was like, let's go place a banner on there. And literally I contacted them, and they said, okay, it's $1,000. I'm like, $1,000 for a banner? All right, let's do it. Right. And I placed this banner ad for $1,000 on this torrent site, and I got a ton of leads, which was shocking, but nobody was buying. Right. Nobody's buying. And I ended up, I actually, what was cool though about that, just kind of a side note, down the road, I actually did make a sale from those leads, those original torrent sell leads that made me more than $1,000. So it was kind of funny that eventually became profitable. But in the beginning it wasn't, and I was frustrated, right? I was just like, dang it, I just spent $1,000, didn't make any money. And then they were like, okay, now you just need to go make a MySpace account. And
MySpace.
yeah, MySpace. And they're like, and you just got to put this robot that adds friends all day, right? And then you just put your story on the page with a link to your website. And I was like, all right, I could do that. So I opened up like 30 MySpace accounts. I had like a robot going on all of them, adding friends automatically. I started generating leads from that, by the way, but then the dreaded phone call from MySpace. I don't even know how they got my phone number. They called me and they're like, all right, we're shutting down all of your accounts and you can never open up an account again. Okay. And I was like, are you serious? Like, how did they even get my number? And then sure enough, I log in and all my accounts are shut down. Right. And then because that happened, MySpace reported my blog to WordPress, and WordPress shut my blog down, and Blogger shut my blog down. So I had 2 blogs with all this content all shut down, MySpace accounts all shut down, everything I was doing for marketing all shut down. And I was like, dang it. So another marketing strategy down, right? Then we tried traffic exchanges. Then we tried like all these different things. And I just kept hitting a brick wall. And then I came back to one of my original mentors, and I'll just say his name, Mark Overson. He passed away recently. I went to an event of his, and he pulled me to a side. We were in Denver. We were on these bikes. My wife and I were on these bikes. She was pregnant with our first kid. Actually, my second kid, but her first, and my first. And we were riding these bikes, and then he pulled me over, like just on the side when we were taking a break. And he's like, you know, Mike, the people who are making the most amount of money in this company, they do their own live events like webinars, and they also do videos, right? They put their self in front of the sales page. Like they do a video, and they do their own presentation and things like that. And I was like, really? So I've been told to do videos for like 3 years up to this point. Introverted person, didn't want to do videos. I hesitated. I resisted. I did everything I possibly could before that. And then I finally just gave in. I'm like, all right, I'll start doing videos, right? I'll start doing videos. And sure enough, after I started doing that, I started making sales in that business, which was a $3,000 product.
I was in that company.
Yeah, Amy was there. And a lot of people that I work with today were originally in there, right, in that company. But that was a $3,000 product, and I started making sales, right? I think I made 4 sales to be exact, from the videos that I was doing, and that was $4,000 in my pocket at the time. And I was like, wow, this video stuff actually works, right? And then I eventually, moved on to different things and different companies. But the bottom line is I can track back all of my success comes back to the videos that I produced, comes back to it. There you can get started in business, and you can do strategies. You can do reach outs and prospecting, and you can make sales. You can do that. You can make sales that way. I have done it. Other people have done it. But the problem with those strategies, and this is going back to why video. So this is tip number 1, by the way, why video, is because it's like, and I'll actually share my screen. I think let's just get right into kind of the content that I wanted to cover. So hopefully everybody can see here. So tip 1 is why video. So I'll just talk about that. There's a few reasons why you should do video. And this is, and it kind of relates to the story that I just told you. There were so many people in the companies that I was building. Like I built offline for a year, by the way. And there were people who were doing in-home presentations. I don't know if anyone's ever tried that. I don't know if you've tried that, Amy, where you do like a flip chart, right? Well,
I did it every week. Like I had
wow.
a day of the week that I had people. I was cleaning my house and getting the refreshments and
Yeah. In fact, my first wife, this is probably part of the reason we got divorced, or is I started inviting people over to the house to do these little meetings, and she had to make the food for it and was just rolling her eyes the entire time. So that was probably one contributing factor to that marriage failure. But here's what ends up. Here's one epiphany that I had, and let me know in the comments if this is an epiphany for you. When I realized that I can shoot the same presentation, like the flip chart, but just do it like on a PowerPoint slide, and I can put it up on a website, that video works 24/7, 365 days a year. And if you combine that, so I can put that right here, 24/7 leverage. And if you combine that and you put it on YouTube, people can search for that video or for that topic and find your video. And again, you have like an army. I call it like a little army of Mike Hobbses, you know, running around there out there on the internet land, and they're working, and he's working for me. How many of you would love to have you in your downline? Right? Type it in the comments. Like, would you like to have someone like you working for you? And I've actually had people, you know, even do lessons on this. Like, you know, you want to find, you know, good employees. You want to have people that work really, really hard. But I can tell you right now, I guarantee I work, at least in my mind, I work harder than anyone that works for me in my mind, right? Obviously, there's lots of great leaders and people in our teams and things like that that work really hard. But in my mind, I feel like I would be the best employee for myself, right? And that's cool. What's cool about video is it's like you having little yous working for you. And that was an epiphany for me when I started getting sales from videos that I did years ago. Like, I get sales from videos I did years ago. I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago. Sales will come in from those videos. And that is me working 24/7 without me working 24/7. In fact, Amy just said the other day, you got to sell at 3 a.m. when you were sleeping, right?
Yeah, an all-in sale.
Yeah. So what does that mean? That means she was up at 3 a.m. working while she was sleeping. Isn't that
And
interesting?
it was from a video.
Yeah, exactly. So she
Mhm.
was up. She wasn't up, but she was up. It's kind of like a weird little scenario there, right? So that is the tip number one, is you want to leverage video. And there's other reasons why you should do video, but also here's another thing. Those of you who do reach out and messenger, and maybe you prospect, and maybe those of you who are doing that kind of stuff, I can tell you right now, because I have done videos and people have followed me for years, if I go out and I reach out to people on my Facebook friends list, almost 100% of them are at least open to what I'm doing. Not everyone, obviously, but if I message them and I just started a conversation with people, they're more open to listening to someone that they've seen on a video. That's just 100% fact. Now, if you, like, for example, let me just throw this out there. If someone called you on the phone and you had no idea who they were, and they said, "Hey, how's it going? Would you be open to looking at a business or whatever?" You'd probably hang up on them, right? But if someone called you that you actually knew, you would at least have a conversation with them, right? So there's a difference. It's like that. I call it the celebrity effect, right? I don't know if have you ever met a celebrity, and how did you feel? Right? You're just like, oh wow, that guy's cool. You know, I want to meet him, and you want to go take pictures with him, and you want to, you know, get up there and talk to them, and that's what videos will do for you, right? It'll give you that celebrity effect, so that if you ever do any kind of other marketing, or you ever do, like Paul, for example, he used to call his leads, and when he called a lead, they would be like, oh my gosh, you actually called me? Like, this is crazy, right?
I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
It is
So
that celebrity effect.
it's the celebrity effect. So I guess all of this first introduction is just really tip number one all together, is you should be doing videos because it helps you make more money, period. Right? It literally just helps you make more sales. I guess you can call it like an enhancer, right? It enhances everything that you're doing. It enhances your prospecting. It enhances your conversions. Like, if you guys are using systems out there, I know a lot of you guys are using systems. Imagine if you inserted a video in there, like a welcome video, right? Walking people through how to set things up. Now, I own a company, so I have a lot of videos in that company. So I don't really need to do extra videos to help people set things up. But what if you are an affiliate of a company? Like, for the first 10 years of my business, I was an affiliate for other people's companies. right? So what did I do? I inserted myself in that equation, and I, made sure they knew who I was, right? And that's really what this is all about. You want to make more sales, so you need to get in video. So if I can do it, and I'll just throw this out there, and let me know if all the introverts in the room, type introvert in the comments or something, would like to know everybody who's on here. I see Elvira, Lonnie, good to see you guys. Jeff, Jim, Norma, good to see you guys. But yeah, if you're an introvert like me, and I got good at videos, so can you. So can you. And that brings me to tip 2 on getting better, or just doing video marketing. So these tips, by the way, are going to be kind of a combination of video / YouTube, but it's all video marketing, right? All video marketing. I think all your videos should probably go on YouTube at one point or another. Unless it's like a team video, or unless it's like a live, like a Facebook live or something like that. You can still put those on YouTube, by the way. You can repurpose things, which is probably its own tip on its own. It's actually not on my list. It just came to my mind. But yeah, that's another bonus tip. There you go. We're going to just like sit here for like hours doing bonus tips. But bottom line, guys, is you can get here. So you can practice. Okay. So practice. So here's one tip number 2. And I kind of talked about this already, but how I got good at video is I practiced, right? So how can you practice? Here was one thing that I did that really helped. I started doing, at the time it was called Periscope. You guys remember Periscope?
Oh yeah.
Well, this is not when I first started doing videos.
That was like the first live video platform, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember, so I've been doing videos for years before Periscope, but here's when Periscope came out, this was like one of the first times that I felt like I really started to excel in my video marketing skills, because it gave me a platform to go live every day and just share value, right? And just share like a nugget really quick. Just go on my phone. I opened up my phone, literally didn't even have to edit anything, didn't have to do anything. I just went live right there. Now you can do this on YouTube. You can do this on Facebook now. Instagram has a live thing. So there's lots of places you can do this right now. I don't know how.
TikTok even has it.
Yeah, TikTok. There you go. So I haven't tried TikTok yet. But practice. So before you start doing maybe your YouTube videos, maybe you should start with simple live videos. Because I actually believe if I would have had that when I first started, I think it would have made it easier to do regular videos. Because when I started doing these little lives, all of a sudden I would rewatch them and I'd be like, oh, wow. like I'm talking too much to the people in the beginning, so the replay viewers probably hate me, right? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. So then I started just like redoing it a little bit. And then all of a sudden I was just able to just like deliver content really quickly on my mind, just off the cuff. And it really translated over into when I actually sat down and did a regular video. Right? Things just flowed, right? It started to flow, but it's not going to flow if you don't do it. Right? And with those little live videos, I don't know, is Instagram a good place for that? I don't know what's the best place for live video. I'd probably just Facebook, right? Maybe Facebook.
I like Facebook better. Instagram is like temporary. I don't like temporary content.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just tell you guys, maybe practice on Facebook. And then you can start repurposing that to YouTube if you want. I know YouTube has a live streaming. I don't know if it's as easy as Facebook.
We're live right now on YouTube.
Yeah, we are. So you can do lives on YouTube. You can do lives on Facebook. I notice personally for my lives videos, you get more audience from Facebook. At least maybe that's just me than I did with YouTube.
You do videos on stories too. If you want to really practice for 15 seconds at a time or 20 seconds at a time, Um, like Instagram is 15 seconds, Facebook is 20, but like, and then it's just, it's a really good way to practice without having to worry about getting people there live or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
just
if
do
you
it.
do this, so kind of a tip inside of a tip. If you do want to practice with lives, so with lives, what I would recommend is don't talk to the audience. I mean, you can talk to the audience, but don't wait for the audience to talk back. Does that make sense? So it's just get in there and give the value and get out. Right. Now, when you get bigger and you start getting an audience, let's say you start having 100 people pop on your live, you're probably going to have instant feedback. The second you say something, you'll have comments, and then you can start interacting and things like that. But the thing that I've seen when people are practicing, the practicing part is really the delivering of the content. Okay. So I just want you guys to realize that it's not the interaction with the people. Okay. So that will come later when you get a bigger audience. What you want to practice is just the deliverance, right? Delivering the content that you want to share. And then later you can start working on your call to actions, right? And then you can start working on your interactions with the audience. So you have to do things in phases. So when you're practicing, you do that. And then I guess one last tip inside of a tip. This is going to be more like 30 tips for today. But is focus, check this out, focus on getting better.
Mm.
So you're practicing, but imagine if you just did the same thing over and over and over and over versus trying to focus on getting better than last time. Like focus on getting better than last time, right? This right here is really the tip that I wanted to cover, but I put these other ones in the front of it because it kind of makes sense to go together. But you want to focus on getting better than last time. And what do I mean by that? Watch your own videos. And I know sometimes that's hard, right? Sometimes you just don't want to hear yourself. You don't want to, and that was me in the very beginning. I remember I didn't want to hear myself. And then all of a sudden I started liking my own videos, which is kind of weird, right? I started listening to it so much that I just started liking my own videos. And then I would notice little things that I do, and I still make mistakes. I still do things that I probably shouldn't do on the videos, but as long as I'm getting better than last time. So like, for example, on some of my YouTube videos, I had some people comment and things like on certain things. Like I remember one of them was like, you need to get to the point. Right. And I was like, at first I was like offended, right? Get to the point. And then I watched the video, and yeah, sure enough, 4 minutes into the video, I start talking about what I was going to talk about in the video. And I'm like, you know what? He has a point there. Right. Like instead of just getting offended and being like, he has a point. I took 4 minutes to talk about what I was going to talk about.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and I was like, maybe next time I do the video, I'm just going to get to the point, right? And just go right into the content and share my story and share the different things I want to share throughout the actual content, right? So, and I have to work on that myself, right? There's different things we need to work on when we're doing things. So that's tip number 2. So tip number 3 is, and this is something I talked about on a previous mastermind, is have a weekly minimum goal. All right. And this is something I never did until now. So like I've done like spurts, right? So I've done like 30 video challenge, 1 video a day for 30 days, right? I've done 5 videos a week, right? Challenges. Or I did 30 videos in 7-day challenge once. So I had to shoot 30 videos in a 7-day period. Now that was crazy, right? But then what ends up happening is you do the 30 videos in 7 days and then you don't do any videos for a year, right? And now you've got 30 in a year. When if you just did 1 a week, you would have 52. You see what I'm saying? So instead of doing like 30 and go crazy, now you may want to do that in the beginning to get better and to practice, right? To kind of go back to tip 2, but have a long-term goal, right? A day, like a weekly, I call it, like in other type of marketing, I call it a daily minimum. But for YouTube or for video marketing, I like to do a weekly minimum, because there's things that come up, right? There's birthdays, and I have 6 kids, right? There's lots of things going on. My older daughter has cross country meets, and band practice, not practice, but band concerts, and she's in madrigals, and she does this and that, and all these different things going on. And also doing cross country in the morning, right? And goes to those races once a week. So there's things that come up. But if we have a daily or a weekly minimum goal, so even if it's just one video a week, just have a minimum goal, one video a week, and do it, right? And do it. And it can be YouTube, it could be Facebook, it could be whatever. I mean, really, there's no limit on what you want to do. Like if you want to do, in the beginning, you might want to do lives every day, right? Until you get good. And then you just have this weekly goal of a YouTube video or something like that. So that's my new minimum goal I just set for myself this week. I do lots of lives. I do lots of masterminds and Zooms and things like that. But I want to do this on top of that. So this is going to be my new minimum goal, is one a week. But then there's other weeks that I might do more than one, right? So I might have like a 3 in a week goal, or maybe 2 in a week. But at least, no matter what's going on, unless I'm out of the country for a year that has no internet, right, I should be doing a video once a week, right? And I don't think I'd ever be out of the country for a year. That would be crazy. But yeah, so that's have a daily or a weekly minimum goal. And let me know what your guys' minimum goal is in the comments. Are you committed to doing videos? Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. And if you have any, is Periscope still a thing? No history. Actually, I don't know. Like, I think it actually is still around, because I remember I was connecting one of my live streams, and it had Periscope on there. So I think I actually,
Really?
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I think it's Twitter now. So basically, you go live, and
Well,
it's
it
like,
was always part of Twitter, but I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not big on Twitter, so I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
it's still over there.
Yeah, so I thought it was gone too, but apparently I went live on Periscope last week, because it just was a box
Oh,
to
that's
check.
funny.
And I just logged in. So yeah, I don't know. It's still there, but I don't think it's very, popular anymore. But anyway, so let's go to number 4. Now this is going to be where, you're really going to probably get lots of value from here. Is coming up with content. So has anyone ever had problems coming up with video ideas? Let me know in the comments if you've ever had problems with that. Well, one of my favorite, and I'll just throw out there, so there's a couple things. So there's one of my favorite ways to come up with content, and then there's a way that evolved where I just started doing recently, that is actually more fun for me to come up with content this way. And the second way is going to be more advanced, because you're going to have a foundation in place already in order to get to that point. But the first way that I used is from one of my mentors. I actually paid 1 year in 2013. I paid this guy, Ray Higdon. You probably guys all know him. I paid him $54,000. Okay. I paid him $54,000 to be my coach for a year. And that was in either 2012 or 2013. I don't know the exact time frame. I think it might have been both years, just kind of in the middle. But yeah, I paid him for a year, and we had masterminds, we had different things going on. But one of his strategies he taught me was invest, learn, teach. Invest, learn, teach. That's what he taught me, and he guided me on doing my videos. So that's what I started doing. So what did he mean by that? Well, invest was you invest in a course, a product, a book, a training. You guys are here on this training right now, right? And so you invested your time to be here. So that's another way of investing, right? So your time, energy, or money, invest your time, energy, or money in a course, product, training, webinar, whatever. Then you learn the content. So maybe you'll take this tip right here that I just gave you on practicing, focusing on getting better, and maybe you'll go out there. So you learn the strategy, right? And then you're going to go out there and you're going to shoot a video and teach it. And you can give credit. You can say, I was on Amy and Mike's webinar last night. He was talking about video marketing, and then you can give credit if you want. You can put it in your own words and not have to give credit, right? If it's your own content. I like to give shout outs to people because then a lot of times they give me shout outs, and it's kind of like a round robin
The
type
law
of
of reciprocity.
Exactly. So I always pay homage or whatever you want to call it to my mentors and the people that I learn from. And you can too, unless there's like some rule or you're part of a call that says don't mention any company names or whatever. Then obviously you wouldn't. But the bottom line is the invest, learn, teach is what I did for years, and that's what got my first contents up there on YouTube. You know, I just invest in stuff, I learn it, and I teach it. Invest, learn, teach. Invest, learn, teach, and that got me to where I was generating leads on the internet. I was making sales, and then everything was history. Then I got to a point where, and this is kind of really exciting, where I did a video the other, like I think it was before the pandemic stuff going on. I did a video. Someone asked me a question, and they asked me, how do I go live on Facebook with Zoom? And I just did a video on that. And then all of a sudden, this whole thing happened, and then like that video blew up, right? So I was looking on my channel, and then that video right there, how to stream on Facebook, you know, started getting tons of comments and tons of views, like more than normal, right? Way more than normal. And then here's where I kind of got this like epiphany, was people started asking me other questions, right? So my next video idea, just so you know, is so someone in this question box, they asked me, and I don't know if I can find it, but she was saying, hey Mike, this is a great video and all, and going live on Facebook, you know, if you're just doing it on the spot, but how do you schedule one, right? They asked me, how do you schedule one? And you know what was crazy is I did not know. Okay, so I did not know, but guess what I did? And this is my second way of coming up with video content. My new favorite way is I learned how. Okay, so they asked me a question I did not know. I went out and I learned how to do it, and then I tested it, and now I know how to do it. So guess what my next video is going to be? How to schedule a live on Facebook using Zoom, right? And people are looking on how to do that because it's not very easy. It's like actually technical. You got to use like a stream key and like all these different things. You got to be pretty technical with it. So I figured out the technical side of it, and I'm going to do my next YouTube video on that topic, because Zoom is hot right now, a hot topic because everybody's using it, and Facebook Lives are hot because people want to know how to connect the two, right? So I'm doing like two hot topics in one, and people don't know how to do it. I mean, do you know how to do it? Like anyone in the comments? It's not a common thing, right? Like if I asked you, do you know how to schedule a live on Facebook using Zoom? Most of you would probably say no, right? So that's another, so that's kind of more of an advanced, I guess you could say it's more of an advanced strategy, because you got to have something in place first where people are asking you questions, right? I also had someone say, hey, on that same video, hey, what kind of mic are you using? So then I started looking for keywords on mics, right? And I was like, well, that's super competitive, right? The whole keyword for, you know, best microphone to use for videos was competitive. So I'm like, well, why don't I say best microphone for Zoom, right? Like I just kind of went outside the box,
Mm.
and then I shot a video on that, and look, it has like 5,000 views, another higher viewed video, right? I usually get like, you know, 300 or 400 on normal, and then all of a sudden I'll do like
Genius.
a popular topic and it blows up. Like this one's like 25,000 and this one's like 56,000. That one was 5, right? But the key here is those are my favorite ways. So A, invest, learn, teach, and B, answering questions. That is my favorite. That's my new favorite one, answering questions. Because to me, answering questions is literally giving the people what they want, right? Exactly what they want, what they're looking for, exactly what they want. Now, I don't know. Is there anything that any other ones you want to add to coming up with content? Because I know this is definitely a big topic for people. But I mean, those pretty much cover a lot of the ways. But if you have anything, Amy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm big on I call it learn, do, teach. Um, just like you, like, because I know that every time I learn something new, which is pretty much every day, because I'm committed to always learning new stuff. And you kind of have to if you're doing anything with online marketing, because everything changes so fast. So there's always new stuff to learn, like what Mike was talking about with the how to go live and stuff. Like these platforms are constantly changing and upgrading and stuff like that. So I learn new things every day. And when I learn something um, that I know might be valuable for somebody else, I, you know, I teach it. So I learn it, I do it myself, and then I can turn around and share. Like I sometimes, like even the first time I do it or the second time I do it, I just share my screen and record it and then put it up on YouTube to help somebody else that might be searching for the same thing. Because the thing is, if you're searching for an answer for something, chances are a lot of other people are too. So you might as well have a video that shows people how to do that, because just like what Mike was just saying, like for me, my biggest thing is I just want to provide value for people. I want to give them what they want, like Mike said. So, if you're searching for something, other people are also searching, most likely, for that thing. And so if you do your keyword research, you can be the one that they find when they search for that.
Awesome. Yeah,
Mm.
and I'll talk. One of my tips is actually the keyword stuff. So we'll get into some keyword stuff. I think that's like tip number 6. So so we'll cover that here in just a second. But yeah, so I'll try to fly through some of these other ones that are super simple. But yeah, the number 5, and this is a big one. So hopefully you guys got ideas for video content, by the way. Let me know if that helped you in the comments. Drop a comment if this has helped you so far. We love to see your guys' interaction on this live as well. So tip 5, and this is something that I didn't think would be a big deal in the beginning, and I'm realizing it now that it is a big deal. And in fact, I need to go through all my videos and redo them all. Right? I literally have to redo them all with this right here. And you want to put a good thumbnail that sticks out in the search. So, because like here's what happens. Like when you search for something, and I've started doing a little bit better, with some of these other like best mic for Zoom meetings, like it stands out, right? It's like yellow. This one's not as standing out, the red one, I've noticed. But yeah, so like if I scroll through some of mine, some of them stand out, some of them don't. This one's okay. Right. But I've noticed that like some of them, like this one's pretty good, where I like did this weird pose, right? Use custom graphics, worth it, or our custom graphics, worth it. There's one with my daughter, that one stands out a little bit more. But I need to go back through, because I have like hundreds of videos on this channel where it's just like a normal video. Right. And it doesn't stand out, right? It just doesn't stand out. And this is something that I was actually following a YouTuber, and he said this is one of the reasons why most of his videos convert. Like if people are searching, because this is what ends up happening, someone will search in this bar right here and they'll just say something like, let's just say best mic for Zoom, just because we're talking about that, right? Oh wait, I'm searching my channel. I gotta search regular YouTube. Hold on. Let's see, best mic for Zoom. Oh, whoops, it popped out in a new window. There we go. So you look at this and you'll see this one up here. It's blue. It stands out good, but like the yellow, do you see how it just kind of like pops out? So that's, you know, that's like an example of a good standout type of thumbnail. Whereas these ones, you know, that the thumbnail stands out, but it doesn't like pop out, right? And if you scroll down, you'll see ones that pop, like that purple one. You notice that one's pretty good. But bottom line is you just want your thumbnail to stand out, because this is just like a search engine. So like right there, Zoom Basics, that's a pretty good one, right? You want to stand out in the thumbnail because that is what they're seeing when they're searching on YouTube. Okay. So you want it to stand out. I don't like creating images. so that's why I kind of took the shortcut and I didn't really do it. So I used Canva to do this, and I basically just took a screenshot of the video, and then I just put this little, I actually used the in-house, I think it's from TubeBuddy. Yeah, I use a tool called TubeBuddy, and I literally just used the, you know, a screenshot from the thumbnail, and then I put a little yellow box and put my words in it. And that's someone that doesn't like to do images. And I was able to do that right there. You can do that with Canva. But those of you who are really into doing images, there's some people out there. I think there's like a guy, I think Sean Cannell. I don't know, giving him some free advertising right now. but yeah, so like he does good video thumbnails. You can see how they kind of stand out right there. So yeah, if you're good at creating images, Canva is what I use for creating images, or TubeBuddy, the in-house little TubeBuddy video thumbnail thing. I need to go back through like hundreds of videos and redo mine. I might actually pay someone to do that. So that'll probably be my next thing I do, because that's what makes it stand out. And I've been learning that recently. And if you want more leads, you probably want people to click on your stuff, right? So that's a huge tip. Do you do thumbnails, Amy?
I do. And what I do is I create a template. I use PicMonkey and I create a template. And then every time I create a new video, I just change out the image of me and I change out the title. But it's basically, you know, I'll change it up a little bit, but I have like, you know, my brand colors, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. You know, I just open up the same template every time and just swap it out and done.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, if you guys want to, you know, learn how to create images, if you do the better the image, and keep in mind, you can do poses. Like I know this one girl, I forgot her name, so I can't show you her thumbnails. I totally forgot her name, and I was actually looking for her videos the other day, and I'm like, I don't even remember what her name was. But she did really awesome thumbnails, and so you could tell that she was good at creating images. So if you're one of those creative people that, and I saw one of her videos and she was saying that she does poses. So like she'll literally do like a bunch of poses and just rotate.
Yeah, at the end of your video, before you turn off your camera, you can go.
Yeah, there you go.
Like just do all this stuff and then turn off your camera, and then you can create screenshots of your funky poses while you're still wearing the same thing and in the same lighting and everything.
Perfect. And yeah, I did that with one of my videos. Like it was that one with the graphics. This one right here. Are custom graphics worth it? You know, I was like, And so yeah, that was an example. I just literally did that pose before the video or after the video, I don't remember. And then I
Yeah, you
just,
could hold up your phone if you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about, if you're
perfect.
talking about an app or whatever, you can hold up your phone showing the app or whatever, and just add it, just do a bunch of funky poses at the end of your video and then cut them out and make one of them into a still image.
Perfect, perfect. So yeah, and the reason I put that there so high on the tip list is this is the difference between, let's say you rank high in the search. Let's say you do the keywords perfect, everything's perfect, and they give you a spot and then no one clicks on it. Guess what? They lower you. That's what happens. So, for example, if no one was clicking on my video when they searched for the best mic for Zoom or whatever, then they would start lowering it in the search results. So the thumbnail really is really important.
Well, they
Really.
have to click before they can watch. Like having good content is what will keep them watching. But in order to get them to watch it, the thumbnail is what's going to be the deciding factor a lot of the time.
Exactly. But yeah, you always definitely want to create good content. And I think if you guys follow tip 4, right? That's why I said coming up with good video ideas. If you come up with a good video idea that your audience really wants to learn, then your video should keep people there, unless you're just like get to the point type of person, right? And people are yelling at you to get to the point. But you could fall off of that if that happens. But like if you get better and better and better, so if you follow all these tips we've been giving you, you should have better videos as you go, right? And it should be getting better and better and better. All right, so here's where the keywords come in. So always use a keyword, right? Um, People search for, and here's why. If you do the best video in the world and nobody's searching for it, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't exist. Right? It just doesn't exist unless you have a really big audience already and you can just email your video out, which I'm to the point where I can just email my video out and people would see it, right? But a lot of people, if you're just getting started, you don't have a big audience yet. In fact, I know YouTubers who their only audience is their YouTube channel, right? So they don't even have an email list. They just have their YouTube channel. So imagine if they didn't do this and they didn't put keywords in their search and nobody found their content. They would just literally have nobody watching their videos. Literally, you could be the best video maker and you can create. I actually knew a guy who it was funny because like that you see these like pranksters and things that are hitsters or hits on YouTube, right? Or they'll do like pranks on people, or they'll do funny videos, right? That go viral. Well, I knew one guy who lives in my town who did a really funny video, and I looked at it, and there was like no keywords on it, nothing, and like crickets. And I was like, that was a really good video. It almost looked like he was like a professional video editor, and it was really funny, and it was really good, and it had like 10 views, right? And it was probably just like his friends, right? Just that he knows, right? And it didn't go viral because no one shared it or whatever. But also there was no, like when you're brand new, you gotta have some kind of keyword in there, right? That people can search for it. If it does go viral and people start sharing it, then it doesn't really matter on the keywords. But I would not bank on your video going viral. Okay. I've never thought of any video going viral when I was shooting it. Right. Now, maybe if I did, maybe I'd have more viral videos, but I just didn't. That was not my mindset. My mindset was use keywords that people search for. So the best way that I've done this, there are paid ways, there's free ways, there's lots of ways. Right. But what I do is I just use good old YouTube. Right. And it's funny because a lot of people overcomplicate this, but you can use YouTube and just do the suggestions that they give you to start, right? And then you can get, I think there's like TubeBuddy, they give you like, you can do some cool stuff with them if you ever want to look into that tool. But yeah, for example, So I can talk about, like, let's say, so I wanted to do how to schedule a Zoom meeting, right? Or schedule a Facebook Live. So I could be like, how to schedule. So there's how to schedule a Zoom meeting, right? So let's pull that open first. On Look at that. So the very top one, how to schedule a Zoom meeting on Facebook. See that? So I just found the keyword that I would use for that video using YouTube search. Like as I was typing, you saw it just popped up, right? So it's giving you suggestions based on what people are looking for. And that's what this whole search, that's their goal. Like YouTube wants the user to find what they're looking for. So they give the user suggestions to search, right? So what's cool about that is you can do it yourself and find good keywords, right? So like, for example, Zoom, OBS, Facebook Live. So OBS is a software. So guess what? I just came up with another video idea right there. You see, this is typed in, but then that showed up. I can do a video on how to use OBS, right? To go live on Facebook. People search for that, right? These are just other ideas for keywords. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's how I come up with keywords. There's obviously more sophisticated methods, right? Like here's like Search Explorer, TubeBuddy Search Explorer. It tells me, you know, how much competition this keyword has. I mean, you can go over to Google and you can look on Google and you can do the search over there as well. And you can kind of see, you know, what
Scroll all
pops
the
up
way to the
over here.
bottom. There should be related on Google. Oh, they
Yeah,
have
right
them there
here.
at the top now too. Yeah.
So right there, you can see a bunch of keywords that relate to this one that I could either A, do their own videos on them, or B, use a different keyword instead of this one, right? So that's the extent of my keyword research. There's a free Google plugin called Keywords or Related Keywords, or no, Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere is what it's called. It's a Google extension and it shows them over here. So it's the same ones that are down here. It's just up here. So that's kind of cool. And also has like what people also search for. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's my keyword research. Super easy, free, right? It doesn't cost you anything. Or you can go buy those crazy tools that cost hundreds of dollars a month, or just keep it simple, right? And I know that's probably what you do too, Amy, right? Or do you have any other?
I use VidIQ.
Oh, cool. VidIQ.
And it's so easy because all I have to do is I'll do a search for like a keyword that I want to make a video about, and whatever video comes up, like the top ranked videos that come up that have like tens of thousands of views or whatever, if I click on one, it shows me all of their keywords, and it has like a copy thing, so I can copy their keywords, and I'll just go through like some of the top videos and copy all of their keywords over, and then like sift through to find the ones that are relevant to mine. That's kind of how I do it.
Sweet. Love it.
It's
Yeah,
super quick.
I
And
use
vidIQ
VidIQ.
is only like $10 a month, so it's not like,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that Sean Cannell guy, he uses VidIQ too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know like the two most popular ones out there, VidIQ and TubeBuddy, and it's like always a mix. It's like everyone uses one or the other, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, they're both the same thing. It just helps you with keywords, helps you with your descriptions, helps you with lots of
Yeah,
just
like I think on yours, just by looking at your when you were showing it on your screen, because I don't have TubeBuddy. Is that what you have, TubeBuddy? But like if you click on a video on yours, like one of those videos when you were searching, like just click on one of the videos and then look on the right and see if it shows his keywords. No?
oh yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
scroll down and there's probably like, yeah, so yeah, there might even be like a little clipboard that you can, or paperclip thing. Like mine has like a little paperclip. You click on it and just copies all of theirs. But yeah, it
Right.
shows all their keywords, and it makes it really easy to just grab them all and put them in a in a text editor or whatever to find the ones that you want to use.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, you can do that with both tools. So yeah, definitely recommend if you guys want to take a little bit of a shortcut on the keywords, you should
They also
probably use
have
one of those.
built in both of these tools. They have built-in keyword research tools too. So you put in your keyword and it brings all these other ones up, and you just click on the ones that you want and it copies them for you. It's another way to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I've actually used that right here, the Keyword Explorer before.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. Yeah, and here's the thumbnail generator I was talking about. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of cool little dealios with those tools. All right, so tip number 7, and so yeah, I'll go through these last 4 really quickly for you guys because we're coming up on the hour. I don't know how long everybody wants to be here tonight, but hopefully you guys are getting value. Let me know in the comments if you guys are getting value so far. But I want to give you guys a quick description formula. Okay. And I totally botched that. There we go. Formula. Quick description formula. So this is something that I've used for all of my videos. And it's a really good formula that will kind of hit on everything. And I'll just paste it on the screen here and you guys can just jot down notes or whatever, right? So here's basically kind of the formula. Okay. So in your description of the video, so obviously in your title, you want the keyword that you're going for, right? And then in the description, you also want it. So you want to have some kind of like call to action with a link, ideally inserting your keyword as close to the beginning as possible. So if you can kind of mix it in there somehow at the top of your description, that's ideal, right? Because then it just kind of shows YouTube what your video is about more. And then I also throw in a subscribe to my channel, and I forward, and you can do this. This is kind of a creative thing. You can buy a domain if you want. Like you can buy the .tv version of your domain, right? And you can forward that to your YouTube channel. But there's a cool little link. So I got the .tv of my name. And what's cool is it goes to this little pop-up where it says confirm channel subscription. And this is a really cool tool that you can use to get more subscribers to your channel. And all you have to do is put this little code at the end of your YouTube channel URL. And I'll blow this up a little bit. So let's see. So this goes at the end of your YouTube channel URL, and I'll make it super big. There we go.
Post it in the comments.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Here we go. Boom.
I
So
use that too.
so yeah, just put your YouTube channel URL and then put that at the end. Now you don't have to forward a domain to it. I just bought the .tv. Now .tvs are more expensive, but I just decided I would forward that to my YouTube channel. So I tell people to subscribe to my channel. And why did I do that? Well, why did I decide to do that? Well, because I saw other huge YouTubers doing it. So I just kind of follow the leader, right?
Yep.
So I saw them doing it. Might as well do it, right? That's another tip in itself, right? Follow the leader. If you see someone who's getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers in our niche, like that Sean guy, he has lots of subscribers for our niche, which is a video like internet marketing. It's kind of rare to see someone in internet marketing with that many subscribers, right? So when you see someone like that, I like to follow their lead, right?
Just a little side tip with this code here. Inside of our HBA funnel builder, we have the redirect links. So this is a perfect example of something you can create a pretty link for inside of there to make it like, your domain /YouTube. And that way you can just use that to, put it in all your videos so that it's a subscribe link or at the end of your emails or wherever you want to put it.
Awesome. Yeah, great idea. Yeah, so yeah, our funnel builder is really awesome. Has URL redirects, basically replaces Pretty Link if you guys use that.
And there's a button, just so you know, there's the button below the video that you're watching right now. You can get more information about the HBA funnel builder. And then whoever sent you here tonight will get credit for that if you end up purchasing it. But it does the redirects and all kinds of other stuff that usually you pay a fee to have features. It's all included in the HBA funnel builder for 25 bucks a
Awesome.
month, which is insane.
Yeah, I think we definitely should mention that since we've been here an hour. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in an awesome product, 25 bucks beats the competition by,
Mike's the founder of the
yeah,
company.
yeah, I'm co-founder with Paul Hutchings. We wanted to create a tool that all internet marketers should use. So definitely check that out below.
It's the
Especially if you
best of
think
the
you're getting,
best.
especially if you're getting value from just this training right here. We're teaching you how to build your business inside our community as well. So we do lots of cool stuff for you. So continuing the description formula, again, this one right here is the only thing I'll really pay attention to on this right here. I'll just kind of briefly go over this, but you want to put like 3 to 5 paragraphs using your keyword. We also call it LSI keywords. So what does that mean? That just means these over here, right? The related keywords are at the bottom of Google. So just trying to mix that in to your description, that helps rank your video. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Also, one other cool thing that people don't talk about are timestamps.
Yep.
So timestamps are huge because it allows the user to skip to different parts in your video, which makes it more user friendly, and Google loves that. Right.
And it makes it easy to put more of the keywords in because you can put one with each timestamp and it's not
Exactly.
stuffing.
Yeah, it's not considered keyword stuffing when you're putting your keyword multiple times with a timestamp. So it's just a legitimate way to keyword stuff, right?
Yep.
And that's the two things for the description I really wanted to talk about. So have your keyword at the top, have your keyword in the body part, and then I actually throw in resources. Like I've seen other big YouTubers doing this, so I decided to do it too. Like a lot of them will put like their video equipment or the stuff they use in their video and put like an Amazon link to that equipment. I don't do that because Amazon, for whatever reason, didn't approve my affiliate status, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, so I don't even have an Amazon affiliate. But what I do is I put like recommended tools. So that would be the funnel builder, right? That you can look at below. You can do like an online business if you have, and you put a link to that. You can put like, if you have like I have a blog post that shows like the top 12 internet marketing tools. So I put that there. I had a 4G checklist, so I put that there. So whatever opt-in giveaways, any kind of online resources that you can give away, I just throw it underneath a category. I call it online marketing resources. And then you also want to put where they can connect with you, another way to keyword stuff your own name, right? So you can put connect with Mike Hobbs online, and then you can even say my blog, or you can be like, if you really want to go crazy, Mike Hobbs blog, Mike Hobbs Facebook profile. Now, why would you want to do this, by the way? What do you guys think?
So if someone searches for you.
There you go. So this is why you want to do that, because I actually did that one. Like, so a good example of this is Tim Ferriss. If you type Tim Ferriss, you find Tim Ferriss. Right? And why is that? Because he uses his name in all of his titles. And that's another thing you can do at the end of your title, that, the part that gets cut off, just put your name there, right? The reason you want to keep your title short is so it shows. There's no reason not to utilize that space though. So if you can have your name get cut off, that's fine, but it's still there, right? So that's another cool thing. And Tim Ferriss does a great job at that. He puts his name at the end of every title, and look at what happens when you search him. You see him. You don't see some random guy calling you a scam, you know what I mean? Or whatever. You see Tim Ferriss all the way down until you get to like the very bottom. Then you finally start seeing other people. but the top of the list is all him. And that's what you want. You want people finding you if they search your name, right? So, in fact, there was one guy that I thought was funny. I don't know if he's a mentor, but he was funny in my last company that I was in, and he would be like, you know, people would ask him a question, he'd be like, Google my name or whatever, Google it, you know, Google my name. And he wouldn't be afraid of saying Google his name because he knew that all of his content was there, right? So kind of a cool little trick. So anyway, that's why you do that. You put your name in the description, you put your keywords in the description, and then guess what? That will help you generate more leads. That'll help you generate more leads. And eventually, if your video does go viral, then you've got like the best of both worlds, right? You've got the people sharing it like crazy, and then you've got the keywords, and it's probably ranking for all those keywords. So that's one problem with viral videos I see today, is there'll be a viral video that has like no keywords. So guess what? The only way people will find that video is if it's shared, right? Imagine if they had keywords in that video. They would be number one for all those keywords too.
Yep.
See, that's the difference between putting keywords and not. So if you're going to put, if you want, don't waste that space. Don't waste that space.
Nope.
Cool. So we still have 3 last tips, and these are going to be super quick because we have gone over time. So 3 last tips. I told you I'd give you 10. I think we've already given you 10, but the official tips. So here's these ones are easy, by the way. So we got through all the main ones. So I had 3 more to put on there. So I'm like, all right, let's come up with 3 more. So one of them is embed on your blog and share on social media. Okay, so that's tip number, I think we're on number 9, right?
Yeah, or 8.
Or 8, yeah, 7, 8. I can't even comment. All right, so we're on number 8. So tip number 8, embed on your blog and share on social media. Why is this? Well, when I was going through training on YouTube ranking, one of the best ways to get ranking is to get it embedded on blogs. So, and share it on social media. So a lot of times you'll go on like Fiverr or whatever, and you'll like pay someone to embed it on all their blogs. And then you can pay someone to share it on social media sites, right? Now, I'm not saying that's 100% the best way to go, but I'm just saying that is one factor in YouTube ranking. So why not just kind of enhance it and put it on your blog to kind of get a little bit more exposure, give your blog content. That also ranks, by the way. And then also sharing it on social media, get your current audience involved, right? Current audience involved. And if a bonus on that, if you're in a syndication group, utilize that too. Like every time I post a YouTube video, I post it in a syndication group, and then other people comment on it to kind of give it that head start. Because there's nothing like going to a video that has nothing on it. Like nobody wants to be the first, right? Nobody wants to be the first comment unless they're like popular people, right? But nobody wants to be your first comment. But in a syndication group, everybody wants to be your first comment because they're trying to get their videos syndicated. So you get past that first comment problem, right? When you have a syndication group. So that's my tip number 8. Share it on a blog, share it on social media. Tip number 9, similar, which is email your list. So do you do that a lot, Amy? Do you email your content?
I always let my list know when I have new content.
Perfect.
Because that's providing value for your list. I mean, you just made this valuable video teaching something, and you know, your goal is to provide value for the people on your list. So that's the best way, is to give them something that you created.
Awesome. Yeah, so I do that too. I email it to my list. It gives you a boost in your views, which I don't remember. I think it's the Brigsby report. Is that what it is? I don't know. Maybe I'm totally off. But yeah, I'll have to find it. But it's like a YouTube analyst report on how all the rankings work. And video views is actually one of the number one things that factor in your ranking. So that's why I was telling you about the viral videos would be better if they, had keywords in it, because video views matter. So what you want to do is you want to boost the views to kind of get it up a little bit. Now, these are natural. You can't just go buy views. Okay. You got to get natural views. But
And the first 24 hours are the most important. Like, so that's why it's good to email your list, because you want to just get as many people over there in the first 24 hours, because that'll help you rank right away.
Exactly. So obviously there's lots of more tips. Like, obviously we can't be here. I mean, I can probably go on for another hour or two, like on this subject, on the different tips and the different strategies.
Aren't there like 15 videos in the Home Business Academy
Yeah,
Premium on YouTube?
exactly. Yeah, there's
Training
15
too.
videos and lots of things that we can talk about. But I wanted to give you 10 actionable ones tonight so that you can take this training and implement it, right? And you can take it and you can start implementing it and getting results literally right now. And that's why I did the tips that we have here. Some honorable mentions, and before I say this last tip, honorable mentions of tips. I'm just keep going on and on and on. But one of them is, that I've been doing recently is going back through duds. Like I go back through my videos, and I guess this can be tip number 10, and I'll do a bonus tip 11 will be the real tip number 10. But going through, like, I uploaded a bunch of my periscopes. Like, for example, go through like some dud videos that you have. Like, if you're already a marketer, you'll notice that when Periscope, I had this service that uploaded all of them at once, and that was the stupidest thing I could have ever done. Because what it did is it put like 100 videos on my channel from Periscope, and they're like all these vertical videos, and like some of them only got like 9 views, right? And it was like horrible. But yet this is a really good, like, some of these topics were like amazing, but yet there's like look at this, on this, like, 2 is the title. Right? Like, really? Or like the titles are just horrible, and there was nothing in the description because it was just a mass uploaded. So tip 10, I guess I can say, is go through some of your duds, like some of your videos that were duds, and download them. Don't re-optimize them. I used to say re-optimize them, but what you want to do is you actually want to download them, re-edit them, like maybe make it look better, maybe put an intro to it or whatever, and then redo it. Just re-upload it as a new video and then start over, right? And then go through everything that we just talked about, optimizing it there. I used to just optimize the video and then try it, and it never really like made it take off. But I learned this from another SEO person, where he said he would do this with blog posts. So I kind of figured, it would probably work with video too. So you just get rid of the blog and redo it, right?
Gotcha.
So this is like repurpose it. And now I only do that to the duds, right? Like if there's like a video that's been on your channel for 3 years and has 9 views, you don't need that video there, right? You can delete it. And if it was good content, if it was crappy content, don't worry about it. But if it's good content, redo it. So that's tip number 10. And then bonus tip, last tip, and then we'll maybe talk about the tool below for a couple minutes, is be consistent, right? So bonus tip number 11, be consistent. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you can probably and learn to spell. There we go. Maybe that can be another one. But be consistent. The reason I say this is it goes back to the practicing concept where I would do like 30 videos in 7 days. But there was a point where I did a video a day, every day, for like 5 days a week for a year. Okay, so imagine that. So I was consistent for a year. And then what ended up happening is something happened with that company, got frustrated, and I didn't do a video for like 2 years. So I took a 2-year break. Now that is the opposite being consistent, right? And what I've learned is I built my channel up to 10,000 subscribers. I was getting lots of traction, lots of views, lots of things going on in my world. And then all of a sudden I took a 2-year break. And then when I restarted, guess what? It was almost like it didn't matter. Like I had to restart over. Like my
Mm-hmm.
channel just stopped getting views. Like I started getting like way less views. Like I was getting thousands of views on, like I'd get normally like 700 to 800 to 1,000 views a video. And then when I took a 2-year break and I came back, then it was more like 200, right? 200, 200, 200, 200. Now I'm starting to pick back up again because I'm being a little bit more consistent. But this is a huge one, guys.
Yep.
Huge. Just stick to the minimum and just do it long term. Just do it long term. And that is what will make everything work out better than any other of these tips that I've given you today. I mean, obviously, you're going to apply everything that we taught you, but if you do it in a consistent way and you just do it every day, then it will work out for you.
Builds
So,
trust
those are
with
my
your
tips.
audience too if you show up consistently, rather than sporadically.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the people who follow you, they want to hear from you, right? They want to hear from you. And if you're absent, like I was absent for 2 years, which kind of crazy if you think about it, because I had so much success and I wasted it. Honestly, had I kept being consistent during those 2 years, I guarantee my channel would be like way bigger than it is now. Way bigger. So we learn from our mistakes, which is really cool. I love that because here's the thing. I made that mistake of taking the 2-year break where now you guys don't have to make that mistake, right?
Exactly.
You can learn from either your mistakes or a mentor's. And that's another lesson in itself is you can either learn from your mistakes or you can learn from your mentor's mistakes. So which one do you want to do? Right? So yeah, I like Nate's tip right here. Let
Yeah,
me
it's a good one.
let me refresh the page here. Yeah, so yeah, tip number 11, I guess, invest in the Home Business Academy funnel builder and make your videos for your new $25 funnel builder. Perfect. That's tip number 11 as well. But yeah, so I mean, if you guys are here, if you got value from tonight, I want you to drop your number one takeaway. So right in the comments below, everyone on this video right now, I want you to drop your number one takeaway from today's training. And I want you to make a habit of that. I want you to make a habit of going on other people's trainings and dropping your takeaways on the comments. This
And
will
then make a
actually,
video about your biggest takeaway.
there we go. That's even more advanced. Do it in a video. It's not even that advanced, by the way. It's just following what we just taught you tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So drop your number one takeaway below. Do a video on your number one takeaway, either a Facebook Live or a YouTube video, right? And then when you do that, come back and let us know that you did it. You don't have to post the link because we don't want a bunch of links everywhere, but just let us know that you did it. Let us know that you did it. And I promise you, the people who take action are the ones who make money, right? The people who take actions are the ones that make money. And then we have below this video an amazing tool that you can use to help you generate leads from your videos. Because in your description, when we went over the description formula, you saw that I said at the top you have a call to action with a link. Well, what goes there? A capture page, something to collect leads, something that you can give away for free. So let me just show you an example of this. So I've started doing some YouTube ads, or I haven't placed them yet, but I'm starting to work on the YouTube ads, and make money from home type stuff for ads is not that popular, right? It doesn't work on YouTube. I mean, it's popular, but YouTube doesn't like it, right? So they kind of like slap your hand or whatever. But when you have a tool, like check this out, guys. When you have a tool like the funnel builder, I have to search through everybody's because I have access to everything. you can create things like this, where you can build out capture pages and different things. And look at this. So it's like a freedom venture, like a PDF, right? Or just like you can create like cool little things like this. And then you can create cool little pop-ups, right? Where to send your free guide. And you can create these capture pages, beautiful little capture pages. And you can build out your own, by the way, like by just clicking on this little page. We have awesome templates you can plug into. Like here's one that has like a an image background, and you can just edit out the thing, but it's super easy to use. It'll help you generate leads from your YouTube videos because you need a way to generate those leads. You need a capture page builder. So
Yep.
what did you have to do in the past? You had to pay a service like $50 a month, right? Or $100 a month. In fact, the one that I used, in fact, the crazy thing when we brought this product in on the Home Business Academy brand, we had all of our products over on another funnel builder that cost $297 a month to have the unlimited funnels. So we brought it from that funnel builder, and we built everything. Check this out. So our entire company, back office, the premium product, our FLA product, our funnel builder product, we built all of that in one membership area using the funnel builder, right? We built all of our sales material pages using the funnel builder. We basically took our entire, $1 million business, multi-million dollar business, like as it's growing, obviously it's going to just continue to grow. And we put it on a $25 funnel builder. And don't get me wrong, don't think of it as a $25 funnel builder, because it's not worth 25. It's worth the same. I believe it's worth the same amount of money as the 297 one we were using.
At least.
At
Because
least,
it
yeah.
has stuff built in that one doesn't even have. Like, I don't think that one has the booking feature.
Right.
Does it? I don't know. But I
Yeah,
mean,
it doesn't. Yeah. So
and we can build membership sites in here. We have a scheduler. People can schedule appointments with you. Like it's basically got Pretty Link built in. Like there's all these things built into it that would cost $25 a month on their own, and they're all included for free. Basically, for $25 a month, we get all of it in here. It's insane.
yeah, and the cool thing about that too with the funnel builder is it's $25 a month. We have a generous affiliate program which pays out 80% commissions, so you can earn $20 a month on your sales. So guess what? You bring in 2 people and your funnel builder is paying you. So
Yep.
you're making $40 a month and you're paying 25. So you're in profit.
You get all this for free then.
Yeah. So now you're at free. You can build awesome capture pages. She was talking about this booking feature. You can do booking events. You can have a CRM system, by the way. All of your leads go in here. If you use the API, if you use a web form, then it goes into your autoresponder. We don't have email capabilities in our CRM system. That's a possibility in the future, by the way, like if you use like a SMTP server. So we may have that in the future. I don't know. It's just things cost money, when you're building it out. But yeah, so we have a CRM, we have a booking system. You can build capture pages, you can build sales pages, you can build unlimited pages inside of here. So there's no limit on how many pages in your funnel that you can build. And
Those
then,
payment gateways can connect to it.
yep, you get merchant accounts. There's lots of templates back here for lead generation. There's systems. There's people who integrate their pages inside of our builder. So if you're a company leader in a company and you want to build capture pages for your downline, guess what? We'll create you a category over here for your company name You just provide us the pages that you've built in your funnel builder, and we'll put them in your own category. So if you're an MLM owner and you want your team and your company to build out capture pages for them, then you can just do the pages in your builder, submit it to us, and we'll put a category name for your company, and we'll throw your pages in there for your team. And we've been doing that for a few people. So, there's some systems that have done it. There's some companies that have done it. And it works really well. Like their team loves it. They're getting their team using it. And here's what's cool. I actually call this funnel builder and for MLM companies, a residual income enhancer, right? Because what ends up happening when you join an MLM company is a lot of the times they give you good upfront money. Some of them give you good upfront money, but then the residuals are like $1. Right? Like, so for example, you'll promote like a company and it'll be like $1 to $5 residual or something like that. Well, when they start using a tool and all the pages that you're using, you just add 20 to that. Right? So you can bring in 100 people in your MLM and normally get paid $100 a month. And now you're getting, now if they all buy the funnel builder, now you're getting like $2,000 a month instead of 100.
Yep.
You see the difference? Because it's an affiliate program.
Yep.
Right? And your team can duplicate. And this is another thing. It duplicates. So like if you're building a company, you can build out the pages without spending thousands of dollars. Because I do know MLM companies and network marketing and affiliate marketing companies. Guess what they do? They pay thousands of dollars to build their replicated websites to a programmer or a designer. They do. I do know and the reason I know this is because I know someone who builds those systems. And I asked them, how much they charge, because we were thinking about outsourcing when we were starting the Home Business Academy. And they're like, it's minimum like $40,000 and like all this crazy things. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to build our own site. We'll just use like a funnel builder to build our own. So that's when when we were first looking to do it, we were looking to outsource it. And then after they told us the price, we're like, okay, we're doing it ourselves.
And now we have replicating pages like the one you're watching this on right now.
Exactly.
It's
and that's right here
for $25 a month. It's crazy.
So look at that. So it's called, my baby's crying. That's funny.
Aww.
It's called URL parameters. So you can build this out for your team and have a URL parameter that will replicate your site. So you're on a site right now, whoever invited you here, the link below the video goes to them. Why? Because Amy built this page inside of the funnel builder and replicated it for you.
With the URL parameter.
Yep. And you know how I originally did this? I paid a programmer to give me the code for the other system that was $297, or they have a $97 level, but the one that gives you everything was $297. And I had to have a programmer program it for their code because the regular replication code doesn't work. I had to actually program it for that platform specifically, which doesn't work anywhere else, right? And that cost us quite a bit of money. And then what we did is we just started just giving that code to people, but we originally had to pay a programmer to do it. But here it's built in. We literally built it in to the platform, and you guys can do that for free. For actually it's $25. You get everything. You get all these extra bonuses. So I mean, we can go on all day and night on all the different cool things. I will mention one other cool thing that has saved me tons of time. What I really love is you can copy things. Who loves copy and paste, right? I call this copy and paste on steroids because you can copy multiple things. In fact, you can copy all the blocks on your page if you want, and you can go to a different page. So we're talking totally different page, And then there's a little widget right here to drag elements from your other page onto this one, just like that. So this right here, I would quit any other funnel builder just for this because
Yeah, I've never seen that anywhere else, and I love it too. It's so cool.
Because this just saves you so much time. It saves you so much time because most of my pages look the same and I just change out the content, right? So I like to just copy things over, especially like if there's like a button or a redirect or like a button I really like, I can just copy the button and I can use it on all of my other pages, right? Just makes things easier. But that's what we got for you guys. So if you are looking to build websites, if you're looking to build your business, if you're looking to generate more leads from YouTube, follow the training that we give you. You're probably going to want a funnel builder so you can generate leads, and it integrates with all the different autoresponders out there. So if you already have one, great. You can start using ours, get used to it. And then honestly, it took me maybe a couple days to get out of the habit of what I was doing with the other funnel builder. And then after about 3 days, I was like, this is better. And then after about 4 days, I was like, I'm never using that other one again. And then like after 5 days, we're like, okay, we're switching all of our websites over. And after about a week, I was like 100%, okay, we're going to start selling this and bringing it in-house to our company so that we can really give people amazing value, right? And that's what we did. So we have it 100% HBA branded, and it's our builder, and we can make changes to it. We can do lots of cool things with it, and you guys get it. And we worked out a way, because Paul's the master at this. He's been rubbing off on me, but he budgets and he like figures out ways to save money like no one else. I mean, that's why when our last company went out of business, he was able to just still be fine, right? I was actually struggling. Like that's the difference between the two of us, because I was the spender, like in that company. I would just go buy whatever I want, and then he would be the saver, right? And he would just save and invest in all these different things. And then that company went out of business. I was like, oh crap. And he was just like, no big deal. Right? And he had the money set aside to last, right? So, but we came together and we're like, okay, let's create a company called Home Business Academy when that company went out of business. And we're just like, you know what, we want to build something long term. Our vision here is freedom through principle-centered leadership. We believe in prosperity, like this little tree right here. This is our prosperity tree, whatever you want to call it. I call it the prosperity tree, but because I believe in a couple core things, health, wealth, and happiness. I really believe, as a community, we're helping people in their business. We're helping you build more wealth, keep your wealth. We're giving you tools and things that you can use to better serve, your customers and the people who follow you. And we're doing it for $25 versus 97 to 300. You can get the same stuff, right? And you're just basically transferring where you're spending, right? Saving money. And you know what you can do? If you save $75 a month, you can put that into marketing. You can put that into other things, right? And or put it back in your pocket. So anyway, that's what I got for you today, Amy. Anything else we want to talk about before we let everyone go?
No, that was awesome, Mike. Thank you so much. And yeah, people got a lot of value. You can see some of the takeaways if you look at the comments. A lot of takeaways about the invest, learn, teach strategy. I mean, it really is that simple to come up with content. I was actually thinking about this today. I was running on the beach and I was thinking about how I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about writer's block. I'm like, I have the opposite problem. Like I have so many ideas for content that there's not ever going to be time in my lifetime to create all the content I want to create, because there's so much. There really is so much if you really pay attention to what you're learning every day and the questions people are asking and all the things that, Mike shared tonight. There's so many ways that you can help people by creating content for them. And content creation and video marketing is I know it has been for Mike and it has been for me the best, most, I mean, it's passive, it's leveraged, it's a way to create content that lives on the internet forever. I like to think of it as little fish hooks out in the ocean. And the more, every time you create a piece of content, it's another fish hook out in the ocean that stays there forever. And it's like an evergreen lead machine. YouTube, you know, every video, when you've got those, you have your funnel builder, you have capture pages connected to your videos, and you know, those videos, if they're people are searching for them, you have your keywords set up and they're finding your videos every day, you're generating leads every day while you're sleeping. There's nothing better. I mean, there's paid advertising works, but it's in spurts. It's like, you know, you pay, you get a hit, and then it goes away. Videos work all the time, 24/7. So I'm super passionate about this strategy. Thank you so much for everything that you shared tonight, Mike. I hope you guys agree that Mike's such a great teacher and really, you know, covers everything in depth and really simplifies how this works, you know, because it is a process, but it's not rocket science, and it can actually be really fun.
Exactly. Yeah, and appreciate you for you letting me on. You know, I didn't know, honestly, what's funny is I come up with the content and I don't like put a time limit. I'm just like 10 things. And then I had to come up with 10 things. So I didn't know how long it would go. So I guess it did go more than an hour, which is kind of funny. But
Yeah.
hopefully you guys all got value. If you got value, let us know in the comments. It looks like lots of people got value. So I'm just super happy to be here and happy to share. So
Yeah. So make sure you click the link below this video, and at least that'll take you to a page with an overview. You'll see Mike again in that video with Paul, and they'll give you an overview of the tool so you can see what it does. And do yourself a favor and just spend 25 bucks and get in there and start playing with it. It's kind of addicting because it's so fun to use and create such cool stuff. So enjoy the tool. What?
It is addicting for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in there messing around with it all the
I
time.
know. It's so much fun. Have a good night, you guys.